Howdy, hey, hello, it's McKenna, and this is Munch and Mingle. You guys, we have an incredible guest who, it's not that we just met, but I feel like every time we talk and meet up more, we just get closer and more bonded.
I totally agree with that. It's kind of funny because we had an instant connection right off the bat.
Yes.
It wasn't like, okay, I don't really want to talk to you, go away.
Right.
It was more like, I want more McKenna.
And I feel the same with you, Elizabeth. So
Aww.
We have my guest, Elizabeth. She has the super coolest company that we're going to talk about and a cool outlook on life. And that's why I'm so excited for you guys to hear her today and hear about everything that she's doing in her life. It's really cool. Now, before we get started, this is going to be the best munchie ever that we do on this podcast. So as I do with all my guests, I always let them know like, hey, go ahead, bring a munchie. Well, Elizabeth, would you like to tell us what is the munchie you brought today while I get it set up?
Yeah. So actually, I didn't bring something that we could eat or drink. I brought something more that we could listen to and enjoy the smell of. Yes. I brought one of my wooden wick candles that I make, and the scent is Holiday Joy. So Holiday Joy is doTERRA essential oil, and it's kind of my own mixture of Holiday Joy. So that's what we get to
it's so
kind
beautiful.
of smell and look at and kind of enjoy while we're talking.
No, I love it. Let's just basically get into it. Elizabeth, we need to hear all about you first. Tell us where you came from. Tell us how you got where you are today in your life.
So I am Elizabeth, owner and maker of BareSpring Bubbles. And at BareSpring Bubbles, we make small batch handcrafted soaps and bath bombs and candles. We also offer gift baskets. And we also teach classes on how to make our products. So
yes, you do.
Yep.
And we've got to talk about that because we did that once.
Yeah.
At the beginning of this year, which is crazy. It's almost been
I can't
a year.
believe it's been so long.
Well, okay.
Went
So
by so fast.
Tell me, where did you grow up here in Utah?
I did. I grew up in Springville.
Oh.
And I now reside in Spanish Fork.
Okay. Very close to where we are. Yeah. We are here.
Yeah.
Where did this creativity come from? Like, was it something in your growing up? Why soap? Can you trace it back to anything?
Maybe not to a specific source, but my mom was always creative. She was always doing things with her hands, always making things, whether that be sewing or painting or baking, whatever it was. And when I started thinking about what I wanted to do that could help other people, I was like trying to think of the product that would be best beneficial. And that's how I came up with soap, because eventually everyone uses soap at one point in time.
Very true.
So, yeah.
Very, very true. So I guess we can kind of go into how did we meet? I don't know. Have you been back? Because I want to go. It was at the Wellness Women's Summit.
Yeah.
That's how I should say it. Yeah. It was last year. And it was their first time doing it. Now, how do you know the founder? Was it the founder? One of the founders?
Carolyn?
Yes.
Yeah. So I know Carolyn because we met on Alignable. Like one day.
What is that?
Yeah. So Alignable is it's a app, a place that you can go to that is similar to LinkedIn. So you can go and you can network and do businesses, and you can go and learn classes and stuff like that. Similar to LinkedIn. I was just scrolling through, and we had an opportunity to connect out of the blue, in which we did. And we just started talking about what she wanted to do with the Women's Wellness Summit, her ideals of it, and what she was trying to create with it.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not sure I can help you, because it was all more like people coming in, be coaching and stuff like that, rather than actual product. So I was like, wait, I don't know if I can help you. And she's like, are you kidding? Yes, you can. So that's kind of what helped me to open the door to get into the Women's Wellness Summit. Is she totally opened the door for me. And she's like, I want you to come. And when you come, I want you to teach a bath bomb class.
Yes.
Which we did.
Yep.
And it was a lot of fun.
So I met you. I sadly did not go to the bath bomb class. Now I'm like regretting that. Didn't even know, because I met you as you were one of the vendors.
I was, yeah.
So in between classes or right before, I was there with my sister, and we were just, perusing, looking at everyone. And I remember coming up to your station. I was like, okay. And I had started thinking about the term is getting more crunchier, where I just was like, I actually was piqued a little bit more into the homemade stuff because I was like, oh, I really want to hone in on what I'm doing there as far as ingredients. So that's what peaked. And then I started talking with you. I got one of your little baby, it was the Guess soaps.
The Guess soaps.
That's what it was. And didn't think anything else of it. I was just like, okay. And then I took it home and I regretted so much getting the Guess little soap because it's smaller.
Instead of the
and
big one.
I was just shocked. It was the scent alone. How is this all natural and yet it smells so incredible? I got the blue raspberry one.
The blue raspberry.
Yes.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
It's so good. That one is, I mean, I've now learned some other fave scents, but that one just started off. So that's all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get more. And so thankfully I had your wrapper because on your cute little tag, you have your information, how to reach out. And I was sitting there, I was like, what was the name? What was the name? Like Bubbles something, Bubbles what? And so then I found it. I went online and saw your website. And then I saw you had classes to make soap.
Yeah.
I was like, done deal. I want to do this so bad. So then we started emailing.
Yep, we did.
And then we did one of your classes, which we will get into.
Yeah.
Because I want to build. But
okay.
Sorry, that was just the whole long blurb.
No, I think it's really cool to have the backstory on how we met and how we came together. And by participating in that event, I was able to meet so many amazing, wonderful people like you.
Oh, that's so. Have you gone back? Have you been able to go back?
Yeah.
I do it twice a year now.
Yeah. I went back. And so I went, I think both times last year, but I didn't go this spring.
Okay.
But yeah. And then Carolyn is having a baby. So they're actually not having wellness in the spring. They're going to wait till fall of next year. And it will be in Salt Lake.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Honestly, I think I want to go again.
So
I remember we were going to go back in spring, but it was the weekend of our anniversary. So I was like, I can't go.
Yeah.
But my sister and I loved it. Like there definitely were life coaches, but there were some other people just from other businesses like your own where it's like, I don't do life coaching, but here's what we're going to talk about. And yet somehow like people would just pull out these incredible thoughts and deep thoughts actually about life that I left. I'm like, yeah, I learned how to make a bath bomb, but I feel so much better intellectually as well.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
And there's movement classes too.
Yes.
And when I went in the fall, they had really expanded. So there was another soap maker there and there were, just more products,
awesome,
lip balm and stuff like that. So
we should talk to Carolyn too.
Yeah.
Get her on the pod. She's having a baby though.
Yeah.
We'll wait.
We'll let her have her baby.
Yeah, she can have her baby.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back. Where were you when it hit that you're like, soap? That's what I'm going to do. Kind of walk us through that.
So I was at a point in my life where I needed to make some changes and I wanted to be able to have something that I could be self-reliant on. So as I started thinking about what I wanted to do and how I wanted this to come about, I also wanted to help people. I wanted to find something that would be beneficial, not just for myself, but those around me, especially for those that are self-conscious on what they put on their skin or they bring into their house, things that are around them. So I started thinking and kind of going through things of what can I do? And that's when soap came into play. And that's when I started really learning how to make soap. So there were a lot of different sources that I went to learn how to make soap.
Right.
But then the recipes that I actually use now are my own creations.
That's so awesome. So when you decided like, okay, it's going to be soap, were you already having issues then with like store-bought soap? Or were you already just outsourcing to try to find other homemade soaps?
I wasn't really having issues per se.
Okay.
But I just knew that making them handmade and this other way was so much more beneficial to me and to my skin and to what I brought into my home and what's in my house.
Right.
So that's why.
And it's like anything you make from scratch is always going to just be better.
Yeah.
How daunting was that though? Like, so you just found a video on YouTube?
Yeah.
I watched
several.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched more than one.
Yes. Okay. And then how did the first try go?
Okay. So there were many, many different tries.
Yeah.
So when I made the soap from the actual recipe that I found like in a book or from the YouTube, it turned out great.
Okay.
But when I started to experiment with my own recipes, There were so many batches that I threw away
Really?
because it took me a while to get the ratios correct,
Right.
and the different ingredients and the different part of oils to the lye
Right.
water solution type thing.
Yeah.
So I threw away a lot
Oh, gosh.
before I got it to work. But we did.
So
We got it to
grateful.
work.
So grateful that you carried through. How? I mean, was there ever at a point that you're like, okay, this is just not working anymore? Like, I don't think I can do this.
No, it was hard and stuff like that, but it never crossed my mind that I couldn't do it. For some reason, that just never came into play. So that's why I just kept trying and just kept, okay, we're going to get this. Don't ask me when, don't ask me how, but we're going to get this. So
We will.
yeah.
Oh, I love that. When we're now talking about what are the benefits, would you say, of using your soap compared to just buying one at the nearest store?
Well, the biggest one that I can think of is it's easier to clean my tub. It's easier to clean my sinks. It's easier to clean wherever the soap is. I don't have to scrub as much. And there's not like that film
Right.
that you get usually. And my skin is cleaner. So it actually rinses away and it actually like cleans instead of just staying on my skin.
I love that. I didn't even think of that. Well, and we were saying, so I actually did make an order for some soaps when you came. So you were bringing them and I'm looking at it. So the label itself, what I love is you list all the ingredients that you use. And there's not one on here that I'm like, oh, what is that? Or like, I feel confused looking at that. And it's not so many that I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like it because it's simple.
Yes.
It's not a complex recipe and it's not a complex soap to make. It's just, I don't know. To me, it's just simple and relaxed.
It
Calming.
is. It is. It really is. So you were doing soaps. When do you feel like it actually started to be like, oh, like I have a business?
But not until like this last year, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Because it took a while for the soap to it's taken a while for the whole thing to catch on, and the soaps didn't go as fast as I wanted to. It takes a little bit longer to go through a bar of soap than it does a candle or a bath bomb.
That's true.
So people are more likely to buy like a soap candle or a bath bomb more regularly than the soap, because soap is like a month long lasting. So, which is another benefit.
That is true.
Yeah.
So when did you start with bars of soap first and then do candles and bath bombs, or what was the order?
So the order was soap. And then, so we started with our big bars of soap. And then my mom was like, hey, can you do something like little? I want just something just small that I can do, that I can give away. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So luckily what happened was we experimented a little bit and we were able to find some molds. So we do an oval and a rectangle that's about 1.5 to 2 ounces of soap. And those are our stocking stuffers.
Yes.
Guest soaps.
I saw those. Love that.
Yeah. So they're just little tiny soaps. So I liken them to, if you don't want to share your big bars of soap, but you have a guest coming, you can bring out the little bars and they can have the little bars.
It's so perfect.
But anyways, that's came next, the little bars of soap. And then the candles came after that. And then we added the bath bombs.
So which do you feel like, as far as getting like recipes down, was soap the hardest?
It's hard to say because now I'm out of it a little bit. Like I'm down with, like the recipes are in my head. They're down. So
that's true.
They're simple to me now. If you would have asked me at the time I was making them, I would probably say this is really a struggle.
Yeah.
But now that I have the recipes down and now that I have what I like and how I like to make them, it's simple to me.
Okay. So, and I'm just like sitting here and I'm so happy. I'm just smelling this candle. I'm like, that is so nice. What can you talk about? Because there's this controversy with candles now, not necessarily yours, the commercial
candles in general.
Yes. Candles. What do you know about that? Because I'm very intrigued, because my sister and I always joke like, man, if this is going to be the thing that takes me out, candles, at least like it smells good while I'm going out. Yeah. But I do want to still be like, well, okay, just like the same with the soap. Yeah. I could use store-bought soap, but if I can get this one and I know it's better, then like, okay, I probably should do that. Can we talk a little bit, about the candle situation?
So I don't really know too much about the candle situation per se, but I can tell you why I make the candles the way that I do.
Okay.
So I use a soy virgin coconut wax, which I think is one of the cleanest burning waxes that are out there. I don't add extra things into that wax. So I just take the wax as it is and use it as it is. So I don't add any extras into it or different kinds of waxes into it. And it's a very hard to find wax.
Okay.
So I have to make sure that I have plenty when I order again, so that because I let it lax one time and I was really close to being out and they were back ordered.
Oh no.
And so I can only find this wax in one place.
Oh no.
And so I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? Yeah, because I didn't want to change my waxes.
No.
So I was really thankful when it came back in stock and I was able to order more and we were able to continue to make candles and without too much of a lax in my orders.
Right. Okay. That's so... Yeah, I probably should get more into it if I'm going to talk about the controversy as well. But that just sounds, you're right. I think there's so many things that do get added into, just as many commercial things do, that it's like, that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, I love these homemade things because I'm like, I know you, I've seen the place where it is, but it's like, I know who made this.
Yeah.
I know who made that. And it's serenity for me.
Yeah. One of the other things that we put in our candle too is instead of using like a cotton wick or something to that effect, we actually do a wooden wick.
Right.
And it's a crackling wooden wick. So it actually sounds like a fireplace burning. So
you just think of all the small details. And then bath bombs just kind of came with it. Like, I mean, how could you? You can't not do bath bombs when you're doing bars of soap. So that's fun.
Bath bombs are fun. They're fun to make, but they are very finicky.
Really?
They are.
Meaning like sometimes they just won't set or...
Yep.
Okay.
Sometimes they're too wet. Sometimes they're too dry. Sometimes they like to explode.
Oh my gosh.
So it's just... bath bombs are crazy.
Yeah.
But they're fun.
That's so awesome. Okay. So let's talk about your class. Because that is one of like my favorite memories now because... we did it when my mom was in town.
Yes.
And she's also very, very crunchy. So I was like, hey, for Christmas, let's go do this. And so her and my sister and me all came to your house.
Yep.
And all I remember is you telling us like, hey, it's going to get super cold.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm fine. No, should have wore a jacket. Don't know why. I thought I'd be chill. I was chill. Just too cold. But where did you... because I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think it was so brilliant and that we were able to like... we did a whole process with you.
Yep.
So why did you do that? Because couldn't you see that being a downfall? Like, oh, people could come in and see exactly what I'm doing.
I look at it more as a collaborative effort rather than, no, this is all mine. You can't have it. Mm-hmm. I'm happy to share the knowledge that I have, and I'm happy to help you to make your own recipe. And if you want to take mine and tweak it, you can do that. But I'm happy to share what I have. And, we're living in such a time right now that it's kind of I can do this myself, or I just rather have you make it.
It's true.
But if you want to learn and if you want to know how to do it, I am happy to share what little knowledge I have.
Yeah. So it was so much fun. Okay, what is the one ingredient that we had to be so careful with?
The lye.
Lye.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just remember being cold, being careful around the lye, and then pouring the molds. High stress. I made it a high stress. It wasn't high stress. Like I was just being way too perfectionist.
Well, okay, so I need to just clarify. One of the things that made it so cold is I had a fan going, and we had the fan going to help with the circulation of the air. So when we poured the lye, it wasn't going so directly into our lungs.
You're totally right.
So the lye I don't have a ventilation fan over the lye. I just have a fan in the room, which helped push the lye fumes away from us. So we weren't directly breathing them. So I just wanted to clarify that
that's smart.
Had the fan going to help us.
You're like, no, I'm naturally hot all the time.
Well,
so
that too. So it was a little bit jealous.
Can you explain to me, so lye you have to be careful with, but it's okay to put it on your skin? Or like, does it offset or what happens there?
Okay, yeah. So let's talk about lye a little bit so that we can kind of understand that process. So the soaps that you ordered today are cold process soap. So what that means is I do a water and lye solution and I mix that with butters and oils. So I get that to a temperature and I mix that together. Then I add scents or whatever we're going to add to it. And then we pour it. 24 to 48 hours after that, we demold. Then that soap has to sit for 6 weeks so it can cure the lye. If you don't cook out the lye and you do it as a cold process, you don't want it on your skin immediately. That will burn your skin.
Okay.
So it has to sit for 6 weeks so it can cure, so it doesn't harm your skin.
Wow.
When you mix the lye in the water with the butter and oil solutions, you're creating a spiffonification process. So you're mixing that together, and then after it cures, then there's lye no more.
Okay.
Now, the other way to do it is a melt and pour, where you take the same type of ingredients, you mix those together, but you're cooking the lye out. So you're neutralizing it as you go.
Okay.
Kind of like if you were to do like mushrooms and you were to put wine in your mushrooms, as you cook it, the wine dissipates.
Okay. So you can do 2 methods. Why do you prefer the 6-week cure versus cooking it out? If that's what I understood, right?
So that's the process that I started with because I was trying to save a little bit of costs. The reason is because what you want to do is any materials that you use, equipment that you use, you want to keep separate from the kitchen. So you don't want to take your soap materials and use them in the kitchen or vice versa. So I wanted cold process at the time was just a little bit more cheaper in my mind than the hot process.
Right.
So, but I will add in, I am getting into the melt and pour now because we're starting to work on soap kits.
What?
Yeah. So the idea behind the soap kit is you can take and buy so much soap, and then all you have to do is melt it, then add in scent and or color, then mold it, and then you can go ahead and use it. So it's safer, like around kids and stuff like that, and you can do it with your kids. And all that type of stuff. And then you don't have to ship the lye or anything like that. You can just ship the melt and pour soap.
That's awesome. Yeah. Please sign me up. Let me know.
Okay.
When those are available, I 100%. That's so cool.
I was going to try and get them ready for Christmas, but I didn't quite make it.
That's all right.
Maybe Valentine's Day.
Oh, that would be fun. Oh my gosh. Perfect Valentine's Day date.
Okay.
I like that.
I will put that on my calendar to.
You heard it here first. Munch and mingle. That is so cool. Oh, it's just so fascinating. And maybe it's just me, but I always say the pod that I'm like, I love the research aspect. I love to hear all these things of like what goes into it because it's just fascinating to watch how other people's brains work, but then also like why and how you do things and all the information. And that's why I love your product too, because like you have put in the time and the effort to get this right. And and it's a great product because of that.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy that it's like picking up. That was my next question is, would the melt and pour be easier, especially as orders are picking up? I mean, when we were there, I saw a lot of your soap, but it has to sit there for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. So it would be faster and it would be easier, because you can use it 24 to 48 hours after you neutralize the lye.
Okay.
So it just goes a lot faster, because.
Do you feel like it would change anything as far as your soap being cold pressed versus not?
There's a little bit of different ingredients in the melt and pour than I have in the cold process.
Okay.
But I still feel like the ingredients that I'm putting into the melt and pour will be beneficial and be just as good as the cold process.
Okay, I love it. I know. I was looking at, because I dabbled for a quick second, and this is probably why I was like so perked up to everything you were doing is just looking on like Pinterest and seeing
Yeah.
like, oh, you can make it with this oils, but you have, okay, where's my light? You've got your almond oils, your avocado oils, your jojoba oils, like mango butter. Sorry, I'm like literally reading off the ingredients.
That's perfect.
Coconut oil. I love it. And it's like all these oils first and then water, which we always say, like, it's so funny with the commercial brands. It's always like water is like the biggest ingredient. We're just paying for all these other little chemical things added to it. So that's why I love these. So much fun. Well, okay, that was going to be my next lead into question. What are some like, where do you want BareSpring Bubbles to go? What is your vision? What are like some dreams or goals, especially as we're coming to the new year?
Yeah. So I know that this isn't going to happen right away, but I've had so much fun networking in different areas, in different groups, getting to know different people and getting to know the people in my area as well as outside of my area. Eventually, I see a brick and mortar or maybe even a warehouse.
Yes.
You know, and somebody besides just me wearing hats.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so true. You do everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
But I could easily see this. I could see that dream come in. And bless you. I mean, you went into the business of literally the slow game, as we've talked about. You had to work the recipes, get it right. And then now with the soap itself, it's like, okay, and we make it and we wait 6 weeks for right now. So you're kind of used to that, which is great. Yeah. You're like, it's all right. I'm here for the slow game.
Yeah.
But it's always worth it.
Yeah, I am here for the slow game. And I'm just trying to figure out now how to keep ahead of that 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, what do I need to pour so that when that order comes through, I'm going to have it and everything's going to come out ready and I'm going to have what the customer is wanting.
Right. So as of right now, where do you feel like your busiest times are?
It's been interesting because I kind of had a lag between the Spanish Fork Farmers Market and Thanksgiving. It was just kind of, you know, not a whole lot of interest. But these last couple of weeks of December have just been amazing.
So good.
So one of them being able to come and speak with you, McKenna.
Yes.
So.
I know. I got your cute little text about the stocking stuffers and I was like, oh my gosh. Because when we met, when I came to do the class at your house, I wasn't doing the podcast at the moment. And I remember even saying like, just wait. I know it's going to be coming back soon and I will get you on because I was just so fascinated after going through that class and then completely spaced. And then I got your text and I was like, oh, it's time. We talked about it. It's time. But I think this is a great thing. I mean, yes, it is Christmas. So definitely whoever is out there, definitely go order some soaps or now candles. I'm a big fan. I haven't tried the bath bombs, but I'm sure they'll be great anyway. But these two alone, the soaps and the candles, I'm in heaven.
You know, we probably ought to explain the stocking stuffers since we've been talking about them.
Yes.
We haven't really talked about it. So right now, I have stocking stuffers, and those are my guest soaps.
Yes.
So you can buy one guest soap for $4.15, or you can buy 3 for $10.75.
Love it.
And I just kind of wrap them up and put a bow on them or a ribbon around them, and you can just put them right in the stockings. So
that's perfect.
Anyways.
Now, do you ever get pushback on as far as like pricing? I don't know if that is, I mean, I feel like that's always like the big ding against homemade companies. It's like, oh, you're going to be a higher price tag. But again, I mean, like you're only getting like one of your ingredients. It's like you can only get one place, like the lye or whatnot. But like looking at all the oils, those aren't cheap. I know that.
They're not cheap. So my soap, my pricings, I've had to raise them this season because I wasn't even being able to cover. So before even, I wasn't even charging the taxes.
Oh my gosh.
That was kind of a big hit.
Yeah.
So I had to raise my prices. So once I could cover the cost to make the soaps and, you know, to be able to purchase the ingredients and whatnot, but also to be able to cover the taxes. Yeah. Which is why my prices are $4.15 to help cover the tax part.
Perfect. So. But see, that's the other thing is like, I know that's hard because I've done businessing too. And when you have to set prices, it's like, oh, I hate this. I hate this so much because you don't want it to be a hardship on someone and you want someone to reap the benefits. But that is the truth that I if this is the one place we're going to splurge, like you said, you're going to use soap every day. Yeah. Might as well make it like a moment that you know, like it's doing good for you and by you. And that's the other thing, like your product really does sell itself. I'm not just saying that. Like, so much that I got a Guess soap and I'm in the shower and I'm like, what the heck? I need more of this. This is so nice. So,
oh, yay. I'm so excited.
Now, okay, before we get off, we have to talk about your scents, your flavors. I guess that's what I'm going to call it, of your soaps. Do you have a favorite, or like, how do you come up with these, I guess, first off? And then what are your favorites?
Okay. So the way that we chose the scents was kind of an interesting thing. So the place where I got my scents, I did a trial run with them. So I could get little tiny bottles, and then I could go through and I could smell them. So I smelled them before I put them in the soap. And then I smelled them as they reacted to the soap that I put them in, because some scents react differently regarding the process that you put them through, or like if you cook them out or if you cold process them or whatever. So some scents act differently. Mm-hmm. So the scents that I got were specifically cold processed soaps, or for cold press.
Right.
So I wanted like a couple of like manly type smells.
Yep.
But I'm not like a flowery person, so I don't do lavender or rose very well. Mm-hmm. So I don't have any of those because I don't like them in the first place. So I don't like being
You're
around
like,
them.
I don't want to make them and be like hating it.
Yeah.
We went love into these soap bars.
So as we went through and we started going through, so the creamsicle just came out because I wanted to do a creamsicle. So that's how the vanilla and the orange came about. The hickory came about because I really like the smell of, it's like a woodsy type smell. Mm-hmm. So I really like that one. That one's one of my favorites. The Bali is kind of an ocean smell. Oh. So it's kind of a cross, kind of can be manly, but it's not entirely 100% manly.
Totally.
Anybody can use whichever soap. Mm-hmm. But anyways, we came up with that one because we like the ocean smell too. Like some scents you can just smell and you're like, oh, we definitely want that one.
That's it.
Others you smell and it's like, no way.
No.
Like I have probably about a dozen little trial size bottles that I'm like, no, we're never putting that anywhere.
You're like, we have to hold this. So I remind myself like, no, we don't touch this one.
We're, and every once in a while I'll even go back. Why didn't I use this one? Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I remember.
One whiff and you're like, got it.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I love that you like know all your scents too.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. It's a small business, but it's just the extra tender love and care that goes into it. You can feel it. I wanted is it called blue raspberry? Or do you call it blue rasp?
Well, actually, I kind of changed the colors from when we did it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the big bars have the raspberry mica in them.
Okay.
Where the small Guess soaps have the blue mica in them.
Okay.
So instead of being a solid color now, we've changed it to a swirl.
Yes.
So we're swirling the raspberry mica into the big soaps and we're swirling the blue mica into the Guess soaps.
Okay. That's good to know. So when I came to class, that was the one I wanted, but then we were introduced to, is it the raspberry or the brambleberry? That's why I was like, wait a minute, this looks like the brambleberry.
Because it's purple.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really close to
which
that
was
color.
Also great. But then you said it was the Bali.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what, did I say it right? The green one.
Yep. That's Bali.
Oh my goodness, y'all. That one, me, my mom, my sister, all of us were like, yes, that was, and still is, top fave.
Yeah.
And I had one left. That's why I was like, I need to order some other ones because I knew I wanted the other ones. But yeah, those have been my fave. And so I got the vanilla orange this time to try, and then the peppermint.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited.
So the pepperminty mint is a doTERRA essential oil. Okay. And the peppermint that's in there is very safe.
Awesome.
So sometimes you get peppermints that are not safe to use in certain places.
Oh, this all coming together.
This one is very safe.
That's good to know. So very excited about that now.
I never even actually thought about that, but I had a lady stop, a really good friend at the farmer's market, and we were talking and she's like, tell me about your peppermint. So we started talking and I'm like, why do you, what's going on? Clue me in. What's going on? She's like, I used a soap once upon a time and it was peppermint, and let me just say, I don't want to use it in some places ever again. And I'm like, oh no. So that's why
we've all been there.
That's why I'm saying it's a safe peppermint to use.
I love that. You should have put that on the label. Safe for everywhere. Peppermint friendly.
Yeah.
So fun. Oh, so great. I could literally, I'm so fascinated by all that you do. So of course, I'll put the link in the description of course, your website where people can come find you.
Thank you.
And you do shipping and also pickup in Spanish Fork.
Yes.
Love that.
And pickup is usually arranged. And then I also do want to mention that we have an unscented soap.
Oh, yes.
So if you are have a hard time with scents, but you still want the homemade quality soap, I do have the unscented, both in the guest and the big bars.
It's perfect. And that's what I was going to say. The soap is great for people with sensitive skin too.
Yes.
Britton has the most sensitive skin in the world, but he does great with these. So that's why I was like, yeah, we got to have them. I love them. And then to do your classes, explain that. Sorry. If someone were to do your class, how does that work?
Yeah. So if you want to do a class, whether it be a candle or a bath bomb or a soap class, just go ahead and email me. And then we can go ahead and work out a time that works out best for both of us.
Perfect. So, and then you go over pricing and time and everything.
Yeah, we do.
And that's just through your website, your email.
Yeah, my email is on there. So, and then maybe McKenna, you can put it in.
I was going to say, I'll put it below. So easy access. This is so great. Seriously, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that we know each other, but I'm just so inspired also to watch you doing this. And I know I can't wait for when I get to be like, oh yeah, you guys know Elizabeth from BareSpring Bubbles. Yeah, she was on my podcast in the early days before she got all up rich and famous. But that's the great thing that I know about you. Even when that does happen, you're still going to be you.
Yeah.
And that's why I think you're going to be blessed, because you're not gatekeeping. You're not trying to push anyone else down. You're like, I'm here to help, and whoever else wants to be here with me. And that's why I'm like, that's so incredible. So inspiring.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you for coming. And thank you to whoever's out there listening right now. We're so grateful.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
It's very kind of you to do.
Yes. All right, y'all. Well, make sure you go check out Elizabeth, BareSpringBubbles.com. Yep.
And Bare is BARE.
Very, very good to point out. It will be in the description below. Yeah. And then we will talk to you next time. Bye.